For most of us, the world presents itself as an impossible mass of contradictions. It feels like a chaotic trap where every step forward is met with another complex, unmanageable crisis. We are often told that the romanticism of our youth must eventually die. In its place, we are expected to accept a cruel realism, a life defined by unchangeable duties, rigid social hierarchies, and the weight of our past. There is, however, a philosophical tradition that views this weight as an illusion. It suggests the world is actually simple, and that the happiness we seek is within our reach immediately. This perspective argues that we do not live in an objective world, but a subjective one. The complexity we struggle with is something we project onto the world through the specific meaning we choose to give it. Consider well water. It stays at a constant 60 degrees all year, regardless of the weather. Yet it feels cool on a summer day and warm in winter. Your subjective experience is an undeniable fact, even if it contradicts the objective measurement. The water itself never changed. The difference in sensation comes entirely from your own state, how you are relating to the water in that specific moment. We often look at the world through dark glasses, lamenting that everything seems bleak. The challenge isn't to change the world's light, but to find the courage to remove the glasses we've become so accustomed to wearing. Much of our modern understanding of the self comes from Sigmund Freud. His work popularized the idea that our present unhappiness is the direct result of psychic wounds or traumas suffered in our past. Alfred Adler, a contemporary of Freud, took a different stance. He argued that we are not determined by our experiences, but by the meaning we choose to give them. In Adlerian psychology, the traditional concept of trauma is rejected. This diagram shows the clash between these two ideas. Freud's etiology looks for a past cause to explain your current state. Adler's teleology looks for a present goal. It suggests we act based on what we want to achieve right now, rather than what happened to us years ago. For example, a person who feels unable to leave their home might believe they are held back by past anxiety. From a teleological view, they have a present goal, to avoid the outside world. To achieve that goal, they unconsciously manufacture a state of fear. Your life is not a script written for you by your past. It is something you choose yourself, and you are the one who decides the meaning of everything that has occurred up to this point. Most of us carry a feeling of inferiority, believing our inborn flaws or our disposition makes success impossible. Someone might see their height as an objective disadvantage, a reason to feel smaller or less capable in social situations. Yet that same physical trait can be interpreted as an advantage. A smaller build can put others at ease, making you seem more approachable and less intimidating. The measurement hasn't changed, but your value judgment of it has. Adler refers to our personality and worldview as a lifestyle. This is a set of tendencies in how we think and act that we've adopted over time. Because this lifestyle was chosen, it can be chosen again. People often stay in unhappiness because they lack the courage to abandon a familiar worldview for an unknown one, even if that new path leads to happiness. Adlerian psychology suggests that if you were the only human being in the universe, your problems would essentially disappear. From this view, we can see how our struggles, from the sting of failure to the weight of our appearance, only exist in relation to other people. We often live to satisfy the expectations of others, chasing recognition from parents or society. This desire turns us into people who are living other people's lives instead of our own. To resolve this, Adler introduces the separation of tasks. This diagram visualizes a clear boundary. On one side are your tasks. On the other are the tasks belonging to everyone else. Applying this is simple. What other people think of you is their task, not yours. You have no control over their judgments or their likes and dislikes, so you must stop treating those opinions as your own burden to carry. True freedom is found in the willingness to be disliked. It is the evidence that you are finally living according to your own principles, rather than someone else's expectations. We tend to imagine our lives as a continuous line, like a climber moving toward a distant summit. This makes the present feel like nothing more than a preparatory period for a future that hasn't arrived. If life is a mountain climb, then most of your existence is spent en route, making your current reality a tentative version of the person you hope to eventually become. But if we look closer at that line, we see it is actually a series of independent dots. These represent the moments of now. Our lives exist only in these moments. Because life is a series of dots, the past has no power over the present, and the future is not yet written. We can only ever live in the here and now. Imagine standing on a theater stage. If the house lights are on, you can see all the way to the back wall, your past, and imagine the front row, your future. But if an intense spotlight snaps on, it illuminates only the small circle where you stand. Under that light, the past and future vanish. When you shine a spotlight on the here and now, you focus entirely on the only moment where you have the power to act. Adler describes looking backward for excuses, or forward to postpone life, as a life lie. It is a way to turn away from these irreplaceable moments. The world you see is a reflection of your own subjectivity. No one else can change the world for you, but if you choose to change your perspective today, your entire world changes with you.